Hey everyone, this is Headless97. I'm doing Morrowind right now. It's kind of a not exactly a guide, but a getting started thing. You see, you may have purchased Oblivion or Skyrim, and you may think these games are really great, and I want to know where the series came from. Or perhaps you played them and you thought this is really bad. What's the big deal? Or whatever the circumstance may be, maybe you bought Morrowind and you go into the game and you create your character and you think, oh, this is all well and good, and you go up to a mudcrab and it kills you, and you're like, well, what the hell, man? This game is stupid. Basic enemies are killing me. How are you supposed to fight anything in this game? This combat system is terrible. What's going on? And you probably got really frustrated at it, and it may have caused you to quit Morrowind. Uh, that I'm here for that person, the person who wants to play Morrowind but can't find out how to make these work. So I've just started the game, as you can see. We need a name, and I've thought this through already. We are going to be Bildorf Huguenard. Bildorf Huguenard. Alright, I have subtitles on. Obviously the game is completely muted, just to make sure, mostly muted anyway. So, this mouse sensitivity is pretty good. And Jube. Now, the full game of Morrowind, it really does have exceptional atmosphere. It's much more alive than Oblivion and especially Skyrim. Yes, the world of Skyrim looks really nice, but they said they wanted to go for the stranger in a strange world kind of feel that you got in Morrowind. And we're going to see that the moment we get out here. Because there it is. There's a silt strider. It's a giant insect that has been hollowed out that people ride in. I mean, that's an unusual creature. In Skyrim, you ride in a cart pulled by a horse. It's perfectly normal. It's as normal as it gets. So, my character, I like just to keep things kind of simple, keep it kind of warrior, and people would probably go for an orc for that. That's a very powerful melee class. They'd probably go for a Nord. But I'm actually going to do Redguard, and there's a few reasons for that I'm going to get into. I don't really care too much for my appearance. All the characters are ugly no matter what you do. I like using long blades, personally. So I have that high long blade attribute. That's really going to help me. Also, Adrenaline Rush, getting the fortified agility, strength, speed, endurance, and health. That is really, really fantastic. It's actually staggering in intense combat situations. But I'm kind of a loot hoarder. So if I'm carrying too much to be able to move, I can just use that and be able to carry even more stuff and run back home. So I'm going to go for the red guard. He's just a guard. He doesn't have the luxury of being red. Actually, he's actually a bit more pink than red. Pinky. Pinky. Ugly frickin' guard. Prisoner. Kick you. Okay, spacebar, right. Socucius Ergala. Alright, we're now going to get started creating our character. This really is a much nicer way of doing things, I think, than Oblivion and Skyrim, where you have to go through this long, drawn-out intro. Here, you start out, you're playing the game. We're going to be an adventurer, so I don't want to change the name to anything special. We are going to do combat because that's what I'm going to be focusing on, even though it may not seem like it with my skills. I'm not exactly a power player. I actually don't know too much about the overall game, but I know how to get started because I have started characters so many times and never gotten very far. I'm going to do strength, but instead of doing endurance, which is what you think he would do, I'm going to go for agility. The reason why, ability to dodge and hit targets in melee. That's a big freaking deal. People go for strength and endurance and they wonder why they can't hit anything. It's because they have no agility, because they're a big heavy orc or Nord. So, the other important thing is that attributes like block are governed by agility, not endurance. So having that high agility attribute is going to be essential for using block. I'm kind of a weird one. I like to be able to carry a lot, so I like to use light armor. It's also governed by agility. I don't want heavy armor. I want long blade, And if you have long blade, you don't need axe or spear or blunt weapon because you're just spreading out too far. You don't want to deal with any of that. I'm also going to go for marksman because I like bows, and it's governed by agility. So I am using agility, strength, agility, strength, agility. Strength and agility there, all that here. We're good. Next, I'm kind of a wealth hoarder, so I like to have mercantile. I'm going to try to be kind of sneaky. Light armor will help that. I am going to get armorer in here. No, I guess not. Was there anything else I wanted to use that for? I'll hang on to that for the moment. As you can tell, I haven't entirely thought this through. I'm going to leave athletics, though. Let's see. Security just for the heck of it. Let's see. What do we got? Mercantile. I could do some acrobatics, maybe. I'm not really going to be using anything else. Speechcraft. I could be a very talkative person if I want to. I'll go for acrobatics. You can jump around, actually, to some pretty interesting locations here. And I like to climb all over the world. And this video isn't really going to be that serious or that lasting. So, whatever. Use whatever it is you like. You might put magic there if you're that kind of person. I don't know. Okay. So, he's going to give us our papers. We are going to enter the world with the papers. Just hurry up. Oh. We haven't gotten our papers yet. So this is another good spot. Most people are going to go for the warrior. Or perhaps if they want to move really fast, they might go for the steed, because it gives them a lot of speed and it governs some interesting attributes. You know, the mage is a good one for mage-type people. But we're a warrior. So most people would go down here and do the warrior for the extra attack bonus. We're not going to do that. We are going for the lever, fortify agility. That crucial point of being able to hit things, we got it. We also have that paralysis ability, which can be pretty nifty for a once-a-day power. So, we turned out with a lot of strength, warrior caliber endurance at 50, and a crap ton of agility. We're pretty well set to go. I have good skills. Long blade is at 50. My minor skills are on the 15 to 25 range, and I'm not even going to be using any of these miscellaneous ones, so I don't have to worry about that. We are set to go. I now have a stats menu, and I can click on stuff to use that. I'm going to pick up the paper, and the wealth hoarding part of me wants to take all this, but that guard will kill me. Recognize that? You may have seen it in Skyrim. Yeah, it's been here all along. And that, I will get you one day. I will get you. Alright. Don't worry, guys. I'll be perfectly fine on my own. Right. Honestly, some of you might be goody-goody. I'm not that goody. I'm just going to take everything that I want. Which is everything. It's all mine. Go back here to the table. This is our starting dagger. Note to Hriskar. He'll come into play in a few minutes. And these people love their bread and paper. See, paper and bread is really bad for digestion. You notice no one ever uses the bathroom in this game? That's exactly why. It's all paper and bread. Crab meat's a joke. And this is all good information if you're starting out, how flins and tonics and stuff like that work, and using your dagger and the lockpick tutorial, which is quite simply equip lockpick, pull out lockpick, unlock chest, and take all. We're also going to go over to these, take all, and over to this, take all. Make sure we go down to the basement, take their buckets, we want those. We're going to take all this. Make sure we get everything under here. Get that last one. Okay, there's nothing in there for us. Am I stuck? There we go. I got stuck for a second. Let's take their torches. They don't need them. Any torches back there? Nope. Okay. Raid, loot, pillage, and go forward. Okay, now I have a map. I'm going to open this barrel. There's a ring of healing. We're going to be using that momentarily. Oh, come on. Let's just move. So, we talk to this guy. He gives us our duties. We have to go find Caius Casades. You can talk to him. You learn a lot of interesting and useful stuff. I'll let you read that on your time. Thankfully, the Game of the Year edition has an improved journal that we can use. First thing we're going to do, we're going to talk to Fargoth. He says, swear they took my ring. First, check at a morality system. It's not actually a system, it's just part of the game. You can be greedy and you can keep it for yourself, or you can be kind and give it to him. Well, I'm actually going to be greedy, and I'm going to give it to him. And you think, no, that's a nice thing to do. No, trust me, it's in my best interest. Friend Aurelia at the trade house now really likes me. And that is exactly what I need. So we're running over to his trade house. Now he's probably the nicest high elf you're ever going to come across. I'm going to talk to him later. We're going to go talk to Hriskar. We're going to help him recover some gold by finding Fargoth's hiding place. This is just an easy way to make money at the beginning of the game, and you'll basically be set. So I've done this quest so many times. As I said, I've started a lot of characters and not gotten very far with any of them. But I have this intro down to a T. I've dotted the T's and I've crossed my I's. We're going upstairs. Oh, come on, just go up the stairs. Don't trip over stuff. More bread and paper. We're just going to take it all. We're going to take the tankard, get more grief. And that's a $300 book. If you like reading the books in the game, I'm sure you'll like reading that one. It's an expensive one. And because it's expensive, it is therefore good. That is most people's logic. So, we're up here. We're going to watch him go to his hiding spot. We're just going to wait deep into the hours of the night. Okay, where is he? There he is. He's sneaking around. This is easily the least interesting part of the whole thing because you just have to wait for him to go about his hiding. You know, I always found it interesting that sneaking around, your character kind of crouches down and walks around a bit. No one seems to notice that you're acting suspicious. No one's like, hey, what are you up to? There's, hi, Bob. What are you doing over there? You want to come join over me? Talk to me about nothing in particular? I'm sure I have a quest for you. Everyone else does. See this guard? Sees him walking around there? Doesn't do anything. You know, Fargoth totally isn't acting suspicious. No one would ever notice. Really? Just runs into him. Guard doesn't pay attention. I will say the only way they've actually reacted to me in the game is I walked around town naked once, and one of the guards looked at me in this really creepy way and went, naked. Yeah, I left quickly. So we saw Fargoth put that there, and I just fell. Ow! Okay, that didn't hurt half as bad as I thought. Hooray for acrobatics. Acrobatics! Hi, guard. I'm not doing anything weird. I'm not going into the swamp to look at a stump. See, there's a ring of healing. Greedy move by us. We get a better lockpick and 300 gold. And we could be really nice and give that gold back to the loan shark, Hriskar, but we're not going to. Or maybe it was gambling. Gambling shark. Rawr. We're not going to give it back to him. We're keeping that gold for ourselves. We're talking to Aurelia. Now this is the part that normally would take me a very, very long time to do. And it's going through and selling things individually to make him like me more. I mean, that's one Kwama egg offer. And it went up from 80 to 81. And as you do that, you get better deals, because let's look at something cheap that I have a lot of. Bottles. I have 6 bottles. If I sell them all 6, he'll give me 3. If I sell them to him one at a time, I get 1, which means I can get 6 gold, so I can literally double my profits. That would take a really long time for me to do. I do it on my own time because I'm crazy. I do that for just about everything. I'm not going to waste your time doing that. I can recommend you do it if you're that interested in earning serious money at the beginning of the game. But for the sake of time, I'm just going to sell everything. I think I just hit enter. Yeah. Sell the forks, sell the paper, sell candles. I'll keep the torches. Sell bottles. I'm afraid I can't sell money. I don't need the directions. I don't need the note. You might need the directions. You might want to hang on to that. Keep the lockpicks. Hackle low leaves. Marshmallow. Scrib jerky. And you could keep these. I'm just not going to. I don't drink a lot in this game. Okay, Ring of Healing. Doesn't really heal a lot. Heals 1 to 5 points. I'm just going to get rid of it. And I'm going to get rid of the Iron Dagger to save myself some time. And I'll sell the Flynn. So, we've sold just about everything. I'm going to see if I can bump that up to maybe 625. Ah, screw you! 622. Ah, there we go. So we've sold stuff, and now we're just going to move on. We have a good set of gold. And we're heading out. Bye, guard. Bye, guard. Say goodbye to Satanine. So, this would tell us we want to go to Balmora, and we should take that way. You could take the Silt Strider. I'm not really going to do any of that. I'm going to go straight up this way. Now, one of these is to switch my weapons. I think it's... No, that's not it. Which one? Which one? I have no idea. I'll just go into my inventory. I sold my dagger. Alright, doesn't matter. Don't need it anyway. We're just going out into the wild, in the night, in the rain. You expect to find ghosts or mudcrabs. Kind of bugs me that in Skyrim just about any weapon can kill a ghost. See, when I first encountered a ghost in this game, I went into an ancestral tomb. This is what we're looking for. This guy here falls from the sky. His journal is worth a pretty penny. And he has a longsword. Yay! And it's enchanted. And he has some light armor and these scrolls of Icarian flight. I'll let you have a bit of fun with that one. Save before you do. We're just going to take everything and leave him naked on the floor. I will equip his much nicer, completely hideous clothes. Look at this robe. Oh yeah! Look at that sexy body. My common pants. I can take off the common pants. No one knows I'm not wearing any pants underneath this dress anyway. Okay, having that, I could walk up there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go back and take the Silt Strider just for time's sake. But I was traveling and I found an ancestral tomb. And there was just a stairway going down for, 20 or so yards. I head down there. I try to open the door. Turns out the door is trapped. And I can't move. Not for about 5 to 10 seconds. So now I'm freaking out, because now I hear something behind me. Now I'm being attacked, and my screen is flashing red at me with every hit. There's something screaming behind me as it mauls me. I turn around, and there's a ghost. And I pull out my puny little sword, and I swing at it, and it says, my attack has no effect. And I run, terrified, out of that tomb. And I get out the door, and I turn around, and I face it to see if it's actually going to chase me, or if I'm okay. I was okay. It wasn't going to chase me out of the tomb. But it was that kind of atmosphere and that sort of intensity that really drew me in to Morrowind. as an amazing role-playing game, and it's why I'm kind of disappointed in Oblivion and Skyrim. We're going to travel. I could get this cheaper. You talk to one of the guys in town, and he says, talk to her, and I'll give you a better price. But I'm too lazy to do that right now. So we travel to Balmora, and the directions to Caius Casades would say, go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask someone there. And you'd go there, and you'd talk to them, and they would give you directions. It would all be pretty well and pretty easy. And they would say, if you were to speak to them, to go up here and go into that house. So that's what we're going to do. Alright. Wrong button. Let's put the weapon away. Here's Caius. And we're told to report to him, and we give him the package, and we accept his orders, and he's going to have us just do freelance work for a while. It gives us a lot of options of what we can do. Imperial Cult, Imperial Legion, Fighters Guild, Mages Guild. You notice that there's more than just 4 guilds you get to work with. There's many sections of the Imperial you get to work with, like their Cult, their Legion. You can basically join the army. There's different houses, like the House Lalu that you can join. There's so many different groups that you can be a part of. He gives us another 200 gold, tells us to get started doing work. Now, let's see, I'm not exceptionally well armored, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. What we do is we just come here, and we sleep in the bed. I'm going to save before I do, just for safety's sake. I'm going to call that Bildorf. I totally spelled that wrong, I don't even care. I spelled my own name wrong. How about that? Get in bed, we're just going to keep resting until someone tries to kill us. There we go, come on. I'm feeling lucky, yes. Here he is. What? Why are you attacking me? I didn't hit you. Why would you do such a thing? Yes, load the autosave. Hopefully that's when I wake up and I'm getting attacked. Okay, let's try this again. Here he is. Going to war. This guy was Dark Brotherhood. He's obviously been tasked to kill me, and he's doing a heck of a job at it. Jerk! You notice that me killing him was actually quite easy. That's because I'm using Long Blade, which has the 50 skill, and I have very high agility, which governs my ability to hit stuff. I killed him much better than you probably killed that mudcrab. Probably worked out pretty well for me. Are you trying to kill me again? God. Okay, I'm going to quickly access his stuff. So I'm going to take everything. He has really, really good armor. It's all light armor, which is what I want to use. I'm going to take all, and I'm going to run. Run! I just won't do the campaign. I'm just not going to do the single-player game, because Caius wants to kill me. Stupid druggie. So, we go in, we load up on Dark Brotherhood armor. Let's take off that stupid dress. So there's a lot more to the armor in this game. There's not just helmets and body armor and leggings. There's also gauntlets and pauldrons and all sorts of cool stuff. And people won't react to me wearing Dark Brotherhood armor. They don't seem to notice or care. So we have some of the best armor that we can get, especially at this level. There's certainly better armor out there, but for so early on, it's better than the Colovian fur helm with 7, and it's better than anything we could buy, and it's right there waiting for us. So we have really great armor, we have a solid weapon, we're going to get better later, and I have a lot of money, and I can sell some more stuff to get more money. We are set to begin the game. We can join guilds, do quests, and have a lot of fun exploring the world of Morrowind, which you have all this to work with, including the Tribunal, which is somewhere in here. I haven't gotten anywhere near that close, and the island of Solstein, where you can become a werewolf and have a lot of fun with that. There's an engaging single-player campaign through a very unique and intriguing and just involving world. It's much more rich than anything that happened in Oblivion or in Skyrim. And if you get back into Morrowind, you're going to have a lot of fun with it. I can guarantee that. So, now that you've gotten started and you are kind of I don't know if you're going to be a mage or whatever you want to do, if you follow this guideline, you'll be a decent, probably actually kind of a bad ambusher, but you'll have good melee combat skills. And you can get out into the world and start experiencing Morrowind and learning more about it so you can create your own character in the way you want and have the understanding to be able to create what you want and do it effectively. So, I wish you the best, I hope you enjoy Morrowind, and good luck to you.